Hello everybody, I've come in at the start before I gabble on. Please stick with me through this video. It's going to go left, right, up, down, back and forth. But trust me, I think it's worth a watch. Don't skip through it because you might miss some things. You can if you want, it's up to you. But I think that one of my subscribers, AshHunt3514, has given the tip of the year for me, and watch the journey of me trying to get used to this product he's introduced. But it could be a game changer for the beer clean glass. Cheers.
Hello everybody, how are we doing? So through all my many glass cleaning methods that I've come across and tried, and I've tried and tested and it works and everything else, and you've seen that I can get a really good lacing on the glass. One of my subscribers commented on the video saying that they use Astonish Clean and Revive in the glasses. Spoonful in, boiling water, glass sparkly clean, and great lacing. So I ordered some because at the end of the day, it's not always me that's giving the advice. You know, I can have advice given me as well. And we're all out there to help each other out. So this gentleman who's told me about this has not necessarily got a YouTube channel talking about it, but it's enough for me to think, oh, do you know what? Whereas I regenerate the glasses, which I always believe is the thing to still do, it's the next method, the salt and the brush and all that, that is, although really good, can be a little bit, you know, a tedious thing to do. So I'm going to give this a go. The kettle's boiling in the background. I'm going to give this a go. I've got about 5 or 6 glasses that, although they've been regenerated, they're ready for the salt wash. So yeah, we'll give this a go, and I'll bring you the results simply by having a Guinness in the glass cleaned in this Astonish Clean and Revive. So stick around. We'll see how it goes. Cheers.
Right then, so direction views. This actually says specialist, Astonish specialist, look. So basically, it seems it's good for anything like flasks and kettles, or you know, or anything. Yeah, flask or pots, and half a tablespoon per cup. Well, the gentleman in question says about, like, I think a teaspoon. So it says place cup, sauce, etc. in the sink draining board, as the reaction might be vigorous and it might overflow. Fill with hot, near boiling water and leave to cool for 1 to 2 hours. Rinse well with clean water afterwards. And yeah, we'll go there. So I'm going to give this a go. Let's see what happens. So we're in the building site part of the house now, with all the work wires hanging out, bricks and things. So yeah, here's the glasses. Look, here they are. And it's already got the, we've got the Astonish in. Now this has had like a yeasty bearing, so you can see at the bottom of the glass, look, it's still got bits of yeast where I didn't swill it around. This one's had an imperial stout. So I'd normally put these in salt water now. These have all been regenerated. I'd normally put them in salt water. Got the Spencer Arms glass. It's got loads of stick there where the beer's stuck to it from just a normal IPA. Yeah, and I mean, I've actually rinsed the Guinness one out. I do actually rinse it out properly when I finish. So here's the near boiling water. Let's see what happens when we pour it in. It actually says on the pot, be prepared to be 1 tablespoon astonished. So, oh look, you can't see me now through that. So yeah, it looks like the powder's doing its job. So yeah, so I'm going to leave these glasses for a few hours, like it says, to cool, and then I'm going to rinse them out. I'm going to leave the Guinness glass to thoroughly dry, because Guinness requires a dry glass. And well, like most beer does, and then we'll pour a Guinness in it and see if we get lacing. Be brilliant if we do. Can you hear these? A fizzing away like a good one. Could be good. So a few hours has passed, and the polished glass, which had the stout in it, looks like it's clean. Everything looks like it's really worked. So I'm going to rinse this out now. Rinse these out. And let's just tip this out and just show you in the glass. So yeah, look, all sort of gone. There's a lot of obviously like needs rinsing out properly. And yeah, we'll rinse the Guinness glass out, and I'll leave it to dry for a bit, and then we'll have a pint of Guinness later and we'll see what it's like. Cheers. Right, so believe it or not, I actually have left the glasses for ages and ages and ages, and we've been out. So we've been out. I'm full of food, and I'm actually like full of drink as well. Like I've only had a cup, 3 pints of stout actually while I went out, 2 of which were Guinness, and yeah, I'm pretty full. So this is going to be probably a tricky pint to drink. But anyway, so the Astonish Clean and Revive. So what have I found from this? Well, I found that there's probably a little bit of user error from my point of view, in the fact that I'm sure, and I'll have to have a look at the comments, but I'm sure the guy who commented on my latest beer clean glasses video says a teaspoon in a pint glass with hot water. Right, so the person that gave me this tip is Ash Hunt 3514. So shout out to you, my friend. And I do believe there is an element of probably getting to know this product. So I've just read his comment now. He says 1 teaspoon in a dry glass, boiling water, leave for about half an hour, rinse well, glass is squeaky clean. This said to leave for 2 hours. So he's used this product quite a bit. So I'm going to sort of like use his advice, and I might have probably overdone it a bit, because what it seems to have done, it seems to on the other glasses left like a residue. Even though I've rinsed it out thoroughly, really thick with hot and cold water, it seems to have left like a residue, like a cloudy sort of lightness in the bottom of the glass. So I think I've probably used too much. So what I've done is I've re-washed the glass that was the worst one with just sort of like nearly a teaspoon of it, so I think it's a case of trial and error. Well, anyway, the Guinness glass, here it is. So you can see like a little bit of like, now it's really right to the light, you can see like little bits of like sort of residue. So I think I've probably just maybe overdone the actual amounts in it, but it does feel good. I'm not feeling the inside for obvious reasons. So I've got a can of Guinness here, and I'm doing it up the house because I daren't go down the pub, because if I go down the Spencer Arms, I'm going to be there. I just know it. I know what I'm like. So anyway, here I am. Even though I'm full, I'll still be down there for too long. So let's pick up the Penguin. Let's get this pouring, and let's see what happens. So yeah, as I say many a times with this, you know, whatever you do, don't let the I always find resting it on there like that is good. So don't let the nozzle touch the glass. So yeah, you can see it's surging there. This has a 30-second timer up to the top of the harp. Finish it off, absolutely beautiful, no bubbles in that head whatsoever, and we can see it settling nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down. Guinness, you're terrible. No, I ain't putting it down like that. Pause the video, let it settle, come back for the second pour. Cheers. So what can I say? It's settled down nicely, and it's looking quite black. There's no, I mean, you've got condensation on the glass, so trust me, that's condensation. There's none of that like inside the glass where you get all that. Sometimes when you have a pint of Guinness, you get that horrible sort of like, you see them little patterns in there with Guinness, and you can't, it doesn't go black. So far, look at that. That is a winner. Now, the thing is, with this, I'm doing the second pour now. Oh, hello, yeah. So the thing is with this, with Guinness, is it's really fussy. But now what I think I've noticed with this is obviously one of these things. So it's for flasks and stained teacups, teapots, coffee percolators, things like that. So I think, in all fairness, even if it does leave a little bit of a residue, you know, the glass don't look sparkly clean, I think it's going to be quite safe, because, you know, it's almost like the Star Sand. That makes all the foam and everything, but then you can just tip things out, and you don't really need to rinse all your stuff with that. So yeah, so I'm thinking, first of all, very promising. So here's the beer, here's the Guinness. You can see from the cap, a beautifully poured Guinness. You know, there's some Lovely dome on that. Look at that. Lovely. Now this is looking good. I've got high hopes for this. Oh, Speno, you just went over the edge. So yeah, so that, as far as the glass, without any stick so far, as far as the glass goes, Astonish Clean and Revive has absolutely nailed that, because that has got nothing on the glass whatsoever on the inside. So that's a good one. So here we go. Let's launch it and see if we get any stick. Now, I have people say to me, if you drink a pint of Guinness really fast, you'll get the stick anyway. But everybody always has that big gulp to try and split the G. So for me, it's not about drinking it fast and getting the stick all the way down, which you probably will do if you've got clean glass. But everybody takes that sip, and it's that first sip that tells me how good the glass is because of the stick. So let's go, let's see. Cheers. Well, what can I say? That obviously hasn't given the same shtick as what I had on my sort of like way of cleaning the glasses. Now this is a regenerated glass, and I would literally normally, once I've drank the Guinness, rinse it out, and then I'll give it the salt water and that with all the super clean bottle brush. So yeah, so I've given this a go. What will I say about it? On the first go, I would say it certainly cleans your glass, and I would reckon that this would be absolutely brilliant. And we'll have a look with an IPA or something like that, because it quite clearly cleans the glass perfectly, because there was nothing inside there, anything like that. Of course, I've had to jump in, and you know, I've got to be honest, I really like making these videos, and what I like most of all about it is the fact that I love comments. I love the comments where I get given advice and I get told about things, and I do it this way, and that's what it's all about. It's like if you was down the pub and you were saying about how you clean your glasses, and someone says, like, you know, I do it this way. Nobody's way is better than anybody else's. We've all had different ways. So I'm jumping in to see what an IPA will be. I've got this just out the house fridge. Well, I say the house fridge, it's the Spencer Arms fridge that's made its way up here while we're doing the building work. And it's become, rather than get rid of it, it's become a permanent beer fridge in here. Dirty Deeds, New England IPA, IBU 19, alcohol 6.6%. It's a little keg, so I don't really want to be drinking too much now. Yeah, it's nice and cold. But here's the thing, right? So I've given this glass another go with a lesser of amount of the Astonish. And you can see, see, that's what it's done. So it's given the glass that, so to pick this glass up, if you got given that glass in the pub, you'd be like, whoa, what's going on with that? That looks, but you generally don't get given a glass to look. You get the glass with the beer in. So a lot of these products, like the Star San and things like I've said, can leave residue. Even when I'd use the salt method, if you don't rinse it, you can, even after rinsing it a lot, you can still see little bits of salt, like a little salt haze. Now, I just don't know. This has only had a very small amount of the Astonishing. I've done it exactly how my friend Ash Hunt said. So the most important thing for me is when I pour this beer into it, I don't want to see no nucleation points on this glass. I don't want to see anything sticking to the side of the glass. That's what I'm interested in, you know. So, okay, it's nice to see your glass beautifully clean and shining and sparkly, which you do get after a dishwasher wash and that. Now, crikey, I've poured that as, I mean, that couldn't have worked better to fill the glass. So the glass, look, is without a doubt perfect. There is no doubting the cleanliness of that glass, regardless of that slight shadow, regardless of the thing. And I still think there's a user error, not so much user error because I'm doing it as per instructions, and because it says half a teaspoon in a cup. So I'm thinking, you know, so I've gone for just a small teaspoon. Sorry, it says half a tablespoon in a cup. So I've gone for a teaspoon in this. So I think you could even go even less. But there's no doubt in my mind that that gives you a big clean glass because there's no bubbles on that. Good head retention. Cheers. So, some lace in there. I'm going to put this glass down, see how long that head stays. Right, back to the video. So, jumping in again. About 15 minutes has passed since I poured this beer. Now, obviously, the head retention of a beer is also largely down to the quality of the beer. Now, what do you get with a beer clean glass? What you get is what you should get. Head retention all the way down the glass. You should never lose your head. Now, the thing is, here's the thing. If you're eating crisps or nuts or any kind of greasy food, a sausage roll even, anything like that, bar snacks, as you eat that and then you take a sip, your grease from your mouth can affect the beer. It can flatten the beer. So basically, this glass, clean with Astonish, although what's really quite funny about this is rinsing it out with water, never got rid of that cloudiness, but rinsing it out with beer, it's got rid of the cloudiness. The glass actually looks cleaner. I'm going to drink this and just rinse it under the tap quick. But look at that. The head retention's right the way down. It's still looking good. Conditioning's good, still there. Look, right down to the last sip. Beer goes down, carbonation comes up. It's not sticking to the glass, forms the head. I'll be back in a sec. So I'm absolutely amazed that this glass, having rinsed it out with the Astonish, still had a residue. Then I've had a beer in it and I've just rinsed it out now and all that residue is gone. So I think that this is more powerful than you think, and I think you need a tiny bit of this really. So I'm going to keep experimenting. But anyway, yeah, certainly will. This will definitely give you a beer clean glass because you've got no nucleation points, head retention all the way down. Job's a good one. Right, this time's definitely back to the video. There is stick on that, and that's probably as good as what a lot of pubs get, to be fair. There's clearly stick. It's definitely made the glass clean, but like I've said to you before, Guinness is so fussy. It wants that extra little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's like when someone's swept up and then like the Guinness glass comes on and go, you've missed a bit. Do you know what I mean? It's fussy. And as well, here's another thing with Guinness, right? People always say, oh, it tastes better over in Dublin, or it tastes better, or whatever. Guinness is Guinness. Guinness travels well. It's accountable at how fresh the Guinness is. So if you order a Guinness and it comes to your pub and you get it on and you get it drank and it drinks and then you put the next one on, it will always be because Mulligan's, is it Mulligan's or whatever in Manchester, they've had the Guinnessers there. It's the best pint of Guinness outside of Dublin. But what makes the Guinness perfect is the glass being perfect, because this tastes different, slightly different to the Guinness that I had on my last beer clean glass video, because it's not the stick is important. It's what it does to the cream of the Guinness. As I'm taking a sip of that, the beer is sort of coming through, and the cream is just not, it's not as creamy. But I will say this, that was a good tip from one of my subscribers, and it's something I'm definitely going to use, because I think this is a lot less probably of a ball ache than doing all the salt water and everything, because you have to make sure everything is absolutely sterilised, clean, because it's no good doing your salt water, doing your thing out, chucking it away, because then the bucket's sort of like got stuff in it, then it needs cleaning again. So this could be better, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this a few times with experiment with the amount that I put in and see what it brings. Anyway, this has filled me up. Good stick, definitely good stick. Better than what I've had in lots of places serving Guinness. So it's definitely worked. It's definitely given me a beer clean glass. Yeah. Right, it's going to be like probably a few little series. So while messing about with the video, I have cleaned the glass again. But this time I put the tiniest amount, I would say about maybe less than a third of a teaspoon in this glass with near boiling water. And I've just rinsed it out. I've got my finger marks all over it. I've just rinsed it out. This, when I've just rinsed this out, it is absolutely, I'm going to run to the sink and do it again. I'm not anal about this at all, am I? So look, now, that is loads better. So I reckon this works a treat. What looks like residue now is basically the cold water forming a condensation on the glass. You can see it there. So yeah, there's condensation forming on the glass, but this glass is, although I've just rubbed my grubby hands all over the outside of it, well, you know, definitely 100% super clear and clean. Really good. I'm gonna stick another beer in this. Right, so I've been down to Spencer Arms to get, oh, excuse me, this beer. Remarks IPA 6.5% by volume. I'll tell you more about this. This is from Verdant. I've had one of these already. It's lovely, and I've got more to have. So the glass now is perfect. It is super clean. It is really nice. Like, I've done it again. No residue, sparkling clean. Let's see what the beer looks like in the glass. Thank you for bearing with me on this. I'm really striving to find, and I think my friend Ash Hunt has probably nailed it with this recommendation. So all my videos that I've done and everything else, oh my God, look at that, chasing up to that really big head. Honestly, like, 1 second, I keep coming in and out. That, look, you can't argue. Perfect. Poured it nice and carefully. Great head. Verdant, fantastic brewery. The best at saturating hops. It's going to be a good beer. Going to be good head retention. Let's see how this gets on for a second. First sip of this beer, absolutely wonderful, but I'm not going to tell you about it now. I'm going to do a separate review about this, but I know that I've got a fresh beer, very freshly canned, and it's going to really showcase how well the head retention stays on this glass. This may seem like a 2-minute video to you, but it's actually going to be probably 20 minutes. Around about 20 minutes or so has passed, and we've still got head retention on this beer. You can see where the beer's been in the glass. I still don't think it's quite as good as what I've had myself, but I will admit it's quick and easy to do, which is brilliant. I still recommend regenerating your glasses but then again, when it gets to regenerating the glasses stage, I'm going to try this because it does say revive. But yeah, there's the beer. Look, you can still swirl it around. You can get some activity in it. You know, it's still looking after the beer. The head's still there, you know. Sometimes when your beer goes flat, doesn't matter how much you swirl it round, you can't do nothing with it at all. But before swirling this round, this beer has been here for a while and it's still had a head on it, but giving it a little swirl just activates it. And what it does, it activates it, and then the carbonation goes back straight up to form the head rather than just sticking to the glass. It works. This genuinely works. And I'm going to do another Guinness in a minute. Oh, so I know this video is going on a little bit, but like, it's been a long on for me, so it takes a long while to dry a glass. So even though this video is probably half an hour long, it's probably took me 5 hours to make it. Look at the Guinness glass now, right? So I've done it again with less of the powder. It's looking loads better. It is looking really good. There's still a little bit of residue in there, but it's looking really, really clean and good. So we're going to get a Guinness in it. I'm not going to pour it on camera. I'm going to drink it, see how the stick is now. So we are poured, and look. Perfection in the glass from the this wonderful NitroSurge cap. So condensation on the glass. There we go. I think it is anyway. Yes, so condensation on the glass. I can just keep rubbing it because the Guinness is cold and it's warm in here. But like the dome is above the glass from the cap. You can see that it's thick and it's creamy. This actually does look creamier than the last one. So I've used a very small amount of the Astonish. Let's see if we get some stuff. I'm really hoping that this can achieve the results, because it just makes it so easy. Right, I'm taking one for the team tonight. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Now that, okay, it still hasn't given the pure stick, but I'm gonna give this the benefit, because this hasn't had the 24 hours to dry the glass, and Guinness wants a really dry glass. That definitely tastes more creamier. I can taste the cream. So when we talk about Guinness, it tastes better here, there, and everywhere. No. It's all about the glass and the freshness of the Guinness. But that, see how the carbonation jumps back up to the head? Watch this. Definitely tastes creamier. I think the glass is a lot more better with using the less amount of the Astonish. And yeah, I still think that the warm salty water is still the best, because look, but this is a Guinness, and we know how fussy Guinness is, so I thought I'd try it again. It gives me another chance to have a Guinness. But yeah, definitely the Astonish is absolutely fantastic. It definitely gives you a beer clean glass, without a doubt. It's just not quite got it for the Guinness to give you that proper full shtick. But it's absolutely, you know, if you're talking 100%, this is like 95%. This is good. Definitely good, and still better than a lot. I can really taste the cream in this one. Yeah, it's really, really creamy, really nice. Lots of cream still left in the glass, which is what happens with a Guinness. You get that big nitrogen, creamy, thick head, and it's just still letting the beer flow through it and leaving me the cream right for the end. Really nice. Oh, Guinness is so smashable, isn't it? Very good. Right, this is definitely the end of the video. Waffled on for too long. It's actually getting late now. It's not too late, but I've been doing this video for probably about 5 hours now, because my dear wife was very tired from the weekend, and she's actually in bed, and so I'm just chilling out down here, waffling on to you guys. Anyway, so Ash Hunt 3514, thank you very much. A really great tip. I still think that we can do better with this using the Astonish. Great recommendation, and as far as like your everyday beer goes, absolutely proven that works. It's brilliant, and I'll continue to use it. But when it comes to Guinness, the fussy Guinness with the fussy Guinness drinkers, which I am one of those, I still think the sanitised equipment with the warm salt water is still the best. Right, cheers everybody. Take care of yourself, and thank you so much if you've made it to the end. Much love, Speno.